Hello and welcome back to another video. Today here again on Forza Horizon 5 to take a look at a brand new vehicle added to the series, which is this NISSAN ALTIMANIAC. This rather strange and very powerful contraption is part of the all-new Horizon Racing car pack. The easiest way to get hold of this is to go to any festival, go to the buy and sell tab and go to car packs, where you'll find it here. For me, it's already owned, of course, but it's available for the very reasonable price of $3.99 if you want to get yourself this pack. I have previously done videos on the Lotus Emira and Pagani YR if you want to see either of those, and I'll also be back very soon to take a look at the Celine truck. Apparently this ridiculous machine is built for drifting and belongs to a bloke called Chris. Chris also has an old Nissan, a stock car with a 2JZ engine swap, and a Nissan Safari rally car, all of which are in this game. This, though, is madder than any of those. It has a 4-litre V8 producing 1300 horsepower and 1400 torques, whilst remaining rear-wheel drive. Somehow, despite having no windows, it still weighs 1400 kilos, but given it's so powerful, that still puts it near the top of S1 class at 881 PI. Just like the Pagani, this car has limited customization and upgrade options, well, because it already has been, basically. There's essentially none of the Nissan Altima that this is based on left in it. But anyway, despite there not being many options, let's go and have a quick look at them. So I'm sure you'd have figured this out anyway, but there is only one manufacturer livery, this one, and there are no painting groups. Just like the Pagani and the AMG GT Black Series, you can immediately see in the upgrade shop that there are no aero options because, well, it already has a lot of aero, and Forza Aero is not going to fit on this. There's also no engine swaps. There is an all-wheel drive swap that puts it straight into S2 class, and other than that, there really isn't much. There's just all the other upgrades that you would expect from any car in Forza. You can, though, put more power in it, which is quite interesting, which means if you put both of these in, you can have over 2,000 horsepower in your Nissan and still be in S1 class. Incredible. I may have inadvertently fitted the turbo that has anti-lag rather than the one that doesn't. So, well, now it does this. That is going to be quite irritating. As this is kind of a drift car, and as I never do it, at this point I actually reverted it to stock and took it into a Horizon Open drifting lobby. Now these are random classes, so I had to play through an A-class set of driftings before I luckily got S1 on the second set, although I think it's usually A and S1 and occasionally S2. But first up was the Player Azul circuit, where despite my inexperience and running out of time, I managed to finish in second place. Although that race was won by an Assetto, which I think is actually quite good at drifting for some reason, but anyway, it's just funny to be beaten by something like that. Then it was the Bola Ocho circuit, which didn't go great, and the Emerald circuit, which was slightly better, with a third place finish. So I then modified the vehicle again to have over 2,000 horsepower, amongst other upgrades, and of course painted it purple, and then went into open again. This time I loaded straight into an S1 class session, incredibly luckily, but it was into the final event, unfortunately. That final event was at the Chihuahua circuit. It didn't go great. I placed 5th, and at that point I was incredibly tempted just to quit out. But the next category was S1 again, so I did go into the next set. Firstly at Tierra Prospera, where I placed in a quite average 5th place, then Bola Ocho, where I placed 4th, and finally Horizon Mexico circuit, where somehow I got into second place. I was, though, 100,000 points behind first place, and I gained 1 place by somebody leaving, essentially. So, yeah, I think if anything it's actually worse modified. But neither way was great, although that might just be down to my inexperience at drifting. That, though, is quite enough drifting, so that is also going to be all for today's video, taking a first look at the NISSAN ALTIMANIAC here on Forza Horizon 5. A mad, stupid thing from stock, made even madder and stupider when modified. In both states okay at drifting online, although I have nothing really to compare it to and I don't do it very often, so I'm probably not the best judge of whether something's good at that or not. But it felt reasonable and it was kind of fun to do that for a change. Although it was nice to do that for a change. After a few rounds, I did get pretty bored of sliding about like that, so that kind of reminded me why I don't do that very often, so let's not do that again. And to be honest, I probably will never drive this car again, because to me it's not all that interesting. It's a kind of mad thing to try it out once, but yeah, I can't see myself driving it for anything else, really. And to be honest, I only really got this pack for the Emira and a bit for the Pagani Huayra. So yeah, this is just an added thing that was a bit of fun to play about with, but like I say, I probably won't be using it again. Which is probably going to be similar for the Celine truck, which I will be coming back into this game to take a look at very soon, so watch out for a video on that. But for now, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next video very soon.